So we got a little bit of time, and what I do sometimes, especially if a man or a woman's up here for the first time and they're sharing, um, a couple of things. Can you remember like the moment where you finally surrendered? Can you remember that? Tell us about that because you're being discreet because we're in church, but when we're having our steak, you're telling me the stuff. You're telling me everything. But he knows how things roll in church sometimes. But and there's really we don't have to get into the details. But the fact is like you were as lost as a dolphin in the desert. Yeah. I mean you're out there. And tell us a little bit about how you pivoted, man. What happened?
So I went to church, and I had to go to church to be with her. So that was the only way. So I was going. But you hear the gospel message. And the heart of stone started becoming a heart of flesh. Right? So God begins to a good work in me. You hear a pastor who has a similar background to mine, and he sounds like a father over me. And as I hear, I said, my repentance was simple. Lord, I made shipwreck of my life. Here I am. I mean, probably a week later, I'm getting his light touching me. Like, I'm experiencing God. I'm waking up in the middle of the night saying, Jesus, I love you. I'll go use the restroom. Like, it's the transformation was, I would never forget that. And actually, I had experienced twice that way, that light, that beautiful light, which kind of scanned me, per se. I woke up that morning, and when I woke up, I felt the last zap. Because it felt like a wave of electricity just passed the bottom of my feet.
So you had like a totally Pentecostal kind of encounter kind of thing?
Yeah, if that's what you want to call that.
You don't have language?
Yeah. And there was another part of the job where I worked at. Somehow he was, I don't know, doing something in his workplace. And I was so in love that in the dream, I felt the light. And it was just like, took my head and it was just like, zzz, like vibrating. And I go to work the next day and I look at this area where this light breached through. And there's like droplets of blood. And I'm like, oh, that's the blood of Christ. So I get on a pallet because the ceiling's kind of high. And I'm just like trying to smell it and kiss it. And it's kind of weird. And then I kind of got to my senses. And I'm like, man, if somebody come here, it's like, this guy's crazy, right? But just fully committed. And, God's been doing a good work.